How to bed. What's up, everyone? Harry the Big Dog. Yeah, I got my man DJ Cam, heavy hitter. DJ Cam is here. He's in the building. 888. Yeah, I'm Robin today. Shout outs to Free Agent Radio, Free Agent Soul Cast, Hip Hop Network. I was in stereo. Yo, so I was talking with Cam like decades ago, really a few minutes ago. A few minutes ago about the greatest moments in from the eight. This is going from like the 80s. We'll stick with the 80s with this one. 70s and 80s. Let's do 70s and 80s. So, what do you think some of the
I don't know. I want to see the list. I'm ready to bury this list. I'm not even positive.
so I'm gonna
I'm real
give
negative right now. You know what?
I'm gonna give seven. I'm gonna get reviews from that
What's his name when he's not Batman?
Bruce
Bruce
Wayne.
Wayne. Yeah, no Bruce Wayne here.
I remember Paul O'Neill with the classic shirt, yo. Double X. Double X. Oh, I'm gonna give seven and a bonus. All right. This is the 70s and 80s, the greatest moments in hip hop. So number one.
Wait, well, from 8 to 1, right? Start with the best
Well,
one and go down.
no. It,
And just moments.
this
It's
is
not a
not
grade. It's not a
this is
system.
not in order or anything.
Okay.
It's I guess it's phonetically by year. And I should have
Okay.
said number one.
Right.
First up.
Okay. We should have said number 8. You always go for the bottom. Okay. Good.
Number 8. James Brown releases Funky President. Now that song was sampled by who? Batman?
A lot of
A lot of people.
A lot of people use it. You're very aware of it, even though that title probably means absolutely nothing.
Nothing to you. It was a very sampled record. Okay. Hey, listen to man. Cool blooded.
Got to get under.
Get over.
Brand new funky president. Mouth all coming through. I'm fine. It was a little late.
Late reaction.
Yeah.
Batman has arrived.
Yeah, I'm not thinking of the words. I'm like, hey, hold on. You got to go to the words.
Oh man, so that is number not number one. First up. Next up. Grand Wizard Theodore invents scratching, 1975. So I think the story said he says the story about him doing mixing, and then somebody, I don't know if it was his mother, called him,
Said, turn the music down.
and he, as he was listening to his mom, he's moving the record back and forth.
He was recording.
Yeah.
He was making a tape for the school. He used to play tapes for the school over the PA system. He was recording the tape. So that was recording that.
So he's coined with inventing scratching. Shout out to Grand Wizard Theodore. I'm going to get that interview soon. Next up, this is something you may or may not know. 1976, Lee Quinones tags 10-car subway train. Now, that might not mean anything to you if you're out of state or anything like that, but that was so big, seeing all of the trains tagged. What is it at Beach Street? A white train!
White train! Come on, Ramon. We gotta do it.
Well, Lee Quiñones, he tagged a 10-car train, and some of his stuff is in the museums already. So shout out to you for doing that and prettying up our trains and giving New York its look.
New York.
Yes. Next up, Africa Bambaataa hosts the first Zulu Nation party, 1977. This is education here, everyone. This is some serious education. Now, I'm not totally familiar with the whole Zulu Nation thing and why they started and all of that stuff.
Yeah. It used to be so. It was originally it was the African Bambaataa was in the gang called the Black Spades. So he started the Zulu Nation after making a trip to Africa, and with that, he wanted to start the gang within peace. And it involved the elements of the culture now known as hip hop. It wasn't called hip hop at the time. Right. It was coming up with the peace, unity, love, having fun. DJ, the artists, B boys, the beat girls, all those things, and that was started. So you'll notice the old album covers and the thank you. A lot of older groups thank Zulu Nation because a lot of them are members of the Zulu Nation. This little footnote: I had got an application to become a Zulu Nation, but for some odd reason I didn't send it in. I still have it to this day, and I never mailed it off. I have no real reason why. I was scared for some odd reason. I think I was like maybe 20 or 21 at the time. And I never sent it. I still actually have it. Now looking back, I wish I would have sent it in to say that I would, be an active member of the organization.
Probably still can. I don't know if the address is valid, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the address.
email.
Yeah,
Scan it and email it to somebody.
like a 8-year veteran in the school right now. Anyway, that's it.
Next up, remember we're doing the 70s and 80s. The Roland releases the TR-808 drum machine, which was what we called the Roland 808. And it's a whole bunch of songs. Didn't Planet Rock make the record for this?
Yes.
Yes.
This is the Linda. On a lot of those songs. So, that weren't being done by Joy Records or Sugar Hill because they use bands.
What was the other song? Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was like 85. Drum machine
full of that.
But that was definitely used in the early 80s with a lot of Africa Bambaataa, Soul Sonic Force, that we saw that Arthur Baker.
Yes.
A lot of the early stuff that he did utilized, TR-808 as well as Lindrum was still in effect at that time. So, and the DMX. I remember that. Queen of Freedom, TR-808.
It's really got a whole hip hop sound started, and I think that word was already being used as of 1980. The word hip hop, because it wasn't used prior to those other songs that we were talking about.
Right.
So next up, Luther Campbell, he puts the South on the map, on the rap map, with his Two Live Crew, 1985. Luther comes out.
I don't know if we did that.
1985. That's 1989.
It was a little early. I'm watching it.
Okay. So Lou comes out with the Two Live Crew. They got the girls, they got the cursing and the high energy music. Don't stop, get it, get it.
Luke did my basketball.
Did he?
Yeah. That ass. That ass. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Wanted to
No.
film it too. I said, no way.
Shout out to Mr. Luke Campbell.
hmm
Next up, Def Jam does the first. This, this is the first rap tour for the label rap tour.
Yeah,
1987.
there's an error in this one. I mean, Def Jam as a label probably did their first tour as a record label. It wasn't the first tour.
Okay.
That is
So
wrong.
Def Jam does their first.
Yeah.
Let me get that correct.
The way you got it written,
Thanks, Batman.
yeah, the way you have it written, reads right.
Yeah, okay.
But not the first tour.
All right. So, of course, LL Cool J, a whole bunch of them. I don't remember the tour. I remember
Public Enemy,
parts of it being growing up.
Public Enemy,
Public Enemy.
LL, Beastie Boys, uh,
Pretty much everybody that was on
Def Jam.
the Def Jam at the time.
Somebody else.
All right. So that was 7 historical events that happened in the 70s and 80s. Now I'm going to give you a bonus. This is the bonus. A teenage Notorious B.I.G. freestyles on a Brooklyn corner and somebody they, they, they didn't film that. 1989.
Another summer. Another the funky drummer.
Now you're in the era.
You know, you got soul.
Hey!
Intelligently trying to prove.
That is the bonus, and that leads us all to why we're doing these videos. It is because a DJ by the name of Kool Herc pretty much was coined with creating a culture. And later that would be known as hip hop because they didn't use that word. They didn't have that word back in 73. Which, if you're listening live, this date, 50 years later, is coming in a few days. If you're listening on a replay, it's already past. Maybe, depending, yeah, depending on when you listen to this or look at this video. But this is what this whole 50-day countdown is for, honoring 50 days of hip hop and how the culture got started, where the culture is. But we kind of stuck to an era, a 70s and 80s era, because that came in. We talked about so many things. Go watch the previous videos. We talked about so many things, whether it was me or me and Heavy Hitter, aka Batman, and just touched on so many things. Guys, you got a few days left.
Right before you go, things got discrepancy. There's two things that they left out. And I think were major that weren't mentioned. I don't know why. I always have a problem with this anyway. This is Cam's
This
extended
isn't the
version.
full list. It's just
Oh, okay.
it's just parts that I took out because it's from my research. It's about 50 of them, like 50 to 100
Okay.
of
So that
events
means
that happened.
the two that I will lightly mention to the
Yeah, honorable mention.
1979, the first recording of hip hop. The first recorded hip hop record.
Yes,
On that.
that was on there.
As well as the
Well,
first
we
hip hop
talked about
tour.
that throughout.
Yeah. Still educated. So. Then I would say another mission was 1983. The 3 or 4, don't quote me, was the first hip hop tour, which consisted of Run DMC, Houdini, Flash,
Yo,
LL Cool J, was LA wasn't on the first. We were like two other groups but,
Forgive us.
yeah, but that was the first actual tour, hip hop tour period.
Mm-mm.
The Def Jam tour was just a tour in
For
'87.
the label.
Just consisted of the artists. Okay, those guys felt good.
Yeah,
They're strong enough.
there's so many. And you could take it into the 90s and the 2000s, the 90s when Hammer and Ice Baby came out, Vanilla Ice, and the amount of records they sold. Whew, it is a lot. But we are out of here. This is Harry the Big Dog, Mrs. Heavy Hitter DJ Cam, and we are gone. East for Greece, 1989, the number.
Get down.
Down